All I think about is circular economy. How can we keep everything going in a circular motion?
You've got a product that's been made of the history of the landscape.
Don't dismiss what has been done in the past. Simple is always best.
Retain, reuse, recycle.
Crush them up, reuse them as aggregate. Kind of like the building that built a building, really. Finsbury Dials is an existing 1980s building. Like a lot of buildings of that era, got really good bones. As you walk through that building, there's acres of really high quality stone. As a building material, they're absolutely fantastic. We wanted to explore how we could reuse it to create terrazzo tiles, which we can then bring back into the building. My name's Dan Higginson. I'm a director at Greycoat Real Estate. Retrofit is not new, but the focus on sustainability to this extent is. This is the first time that Greycoat has really embarked on a refurbishment project where sustainability has been the key driver, and we're working with Goldman Sachs, and similarly they have a very thorough process for assessing whether a project is something they want to take on or not. I don't think we can put ourselves out there as saying we're creating best-in-class product if we're not addressing the environmental and sustainability elements of the construction process. So we've had to educate ourselves by aligning ourselves to those people that we saw as industry leaders. Take Sam at Solus, for example. When we're talking about different materials and finishes, there's very little that he doesn't know.
That brick was part of that building in that time. You can see the different layers. It's almost got a geology to it. My name's Sam Frith. I'm the creative director at Solus. I think I've always been interested in truthfulness in materiality. You go to site, you see these big heavy bits of pink granite coming off the building. Always in your head, you're like, that bit of pink granite was part of someone else's idea 30 years ago, you know, and now instead of just it going into road fill, it's turning into something new. It's going to have a new life.
The pink granite, straight away it was kind of like, wow, we're going to take the granite off the front of this building, we're going to crumble it up, we're going to put it into a tile, and then we're going to put that straight back into that building. It's like, what a great story that is. It's taking the old and making the new again.
There's a poetry to it in a way, to make products from products.
I think Sam saw the granite and thought, I've got an idea there, we could make a terrazzo out of that. That's the benefit of having such strong relationships with the suppliers. I was always interested in materiality. I was always interested in spaces, how different elements of different spaces came together, and how can our built environment cohabitate, I suppose, with the natural environment.
We, as architects, realised that design can have a big impact. Our choices of how we develop, how we redevelop, how we reuse, the best use of both materials and structures and buildings that we currently have is hugely important.
As soon as we got the brief through, what was very exciting for us, the foundations of the project were predicated on sustainability and reuse.
That wouldn't have been thought about 10 years ago. That would have been a site where it would have been razed to the ground and built again.
So it's really setting a new precedent for a central London office refurbishment building.
Compared to any other project, Finsbury Dials is sustainability-led. My name is Cyril Canabonicol. I'm the Sustainability Office Lead at Cundall here in London. Your solution needs to be a long-term solution. How your solution is going to be useful for the future generation.
I've got young kids. I want to make sure that they're growing up in a world that is still going to be here in 50 years' time and one that is safe for them to live in. Necessity being the sort of mother of all invention. Raising the bar for what you can and cannot demolish drives all sorts of other good behaviours. People are looking at new ways of doing things.